Hi everyone! So in this topic, we will teach you how to solve method of undetermined coefficients, and to be specific, it is non-homogeneous linear differential equations. So before we start, you should know already how to solve homogeneous linear differential equations because it is necessary for this topic. So first, let us consider the non-homogeneous LCCDE that can be written like this. And in the previous lesson, it is equals to 0, but now we have the term called f of x, and this f of x, it contains all the terms involving the independent variable x. So how do we get the general solution of a non-homogeneous LCCDE? So the general solution of non-homogeneous LCCDE consists of two parts. It is the YC and the YP. The YC is called the complementary solution, while the YP is called the particular integral. So now let us have some example. Example number 1. So y double prime plus y prime is equals to cosine x plus 4e raised to negative x. So ano nga ba ang first step na gagawin natin? Ang gagawin natin ay hanapin natin ang auxiliary equation ng DE na to. So eto siya. M squared plus m is equals to 0, and dahil factorable siya, magiging ganito siya. M parenthesis m plus 1 parenthesis is equals to 0. So, ang next step natin ay hahanapin natin ang roots niya. Ang roots na to ay magiging m sub 1 is equals to 0, while ang roots naman nitong pangalawa ay m sub 2 is equals to negative 1. So, dahil meron tayong dalawang distinct roots, baka kakuha na tayo ng ating YC, which is the complementary solution. And for the first root, it is m sub 1 equals to 0. So, 0 is to 1. So, magkakaroon tayo ng constant na 1, which is magiging c sub 1 plus the m sub 2 is equals to negative 1. So, ang magiging roots niya ay c sub 2 times e raised to negative x. So, di ba meron na tayong YC? Ang next step natin is to come up with our YP. So, ano nga ba ang i-assign natin na expression para sa ating particular integral or na tinatawag nating YP? So, di ba ito yung f of x natin? So, yung f of x natin ay two terms, which is the cosine x. So, dapat ang magiging YP natin ay sum ng cosine x. So, magiging ganito siya. A times cosine x plus b sine times x. So, paano ang mangyayari sa exponential? At dahil nagamit na natin ang A at B, ngayon naman gagamitin natin ay C. So, magiging plus CXE raised to negative X. So, meron na tayong YP. Ang next step natin ay kukunin natin ang Y prime at Y double prime. So, una mo natin kukunin ay ang YP prime. So, ganito siya. YP prime is equals to derivative ng A cosine x, matik yan kapag cosine magiging negative. So, equals to negative A sine x plus derivative ng B sine x is equals to B cosine x, at ang derivative naman ng CXE raised to negative x ay bali magiging dalawang terms siya. Magiging ganito siya. Minus CXE raised to negative x plus CE raised to negative x. So, nakuha na natin ang YP prime. So, next step ay kukunin naman natin ang YP double prime. So, ganun lang ulit. Kukunin lang natin yung derivative ng YP prime. So, YP double prime is equals to derivative ng negative A sin x is equals to negative A cosine x, at ang derivative naman ng B cosine x. So, cosine magiging negative B sin x plus derivative na CXE raised to negative x is equals to CXE raised to negative x. So, kukunin pa din natin yung derivative niya. So, magiging dalawa siya. So, ganito na lang. Negative 2 CE raised to x. So, dahil nakuha na natin ang YP prime at YP double prime, pagsasamahin natin yung dalawa. So, para mas madali, YP double prime plus YP prime is equals to, pagsamahin yung magkaparehong term, negative a cosine x plus b cosine x. Ganito na lang, open parenthesis, negative a plus b, close parenthesis. I-times natin siya sa cosine x. Ganun din sa sine x. Negative a sine x minus b sine x is equals to negative, open parenthesis, a plus b, close parenthesis, times natin siya sa sine x. So, dahil itong dalawa ay magkaiba ng sign, kakancel out natin siya. At ito naman, negative 2ce raised to x plus ce raised to negative x ay magiging negative ce raised to x na lang siya. So, dahil equals daw siya sa cosine x plus 4e raised to negative x. So, by means of equating the values of a, b, and c, now here is the coefficient of cosine. So, it is negative a plus b equals to 1. So, ibig sabihin, meron na tayo unang equation. Next dito ay ang coefficient ng sine, which is the negative a minus b equals to 0. So, pag pinag-add natin yung dalawa, magka-cancel ang positive b at negative b. So, magiging ganito na lang siya. Negative 2a is equals to 1. Therefore, ang ating a ay magiging negative 1/2. So, for the value ng c, ang coefficient ng c ay negative c is equals to 4. At dito, ang coefficient ng e raised to negative x ay 4. And that will be a c equals to negative 4. So, dahil meron na tayong value ng a, ibig sabihin, pwede na natin kuhanin ang value ng b, which is magagaling siya dito. So, b will be equals to negative a. So, di ba ito yung a natin? So, kapag nilagay mo siya dito, magiging positive 1/2 na siya. So, b is equals to positive 1/2. So, dahil meron na tayong value ng a, b, at c, pwede na natin kuhanin ang general solution. So, para makuha natin ang general solution, ay gagamitin natin ang value kanina ng yc natin. So, y is equals to the value of our yc, c sub 1 plus c sub 2 times e raised to negative x plus yung value ng yp natin, which is 1/2 times sine x minus cosine x times negative 4x times e raised to negative x.
So hello guys, let's solve this non-homogeneous differential equation method of undetermined coefficient. So this is the problem. Quantity d squared minus 6d plus 9 times y is equal to e raised to x. Our general solution is y equal to yc plus yp. First we need to get is this yc using the homogeneous dE. Then, itong e raised to ex na to, kailangan natin itong gawing 0 para masolve yung homogeneous dE niya. Equals to quantity d squared minus 6d plus 9 times y equal to 0. Then, using the auxiliary equation, yung d niya gawin natin m, magiging yc is equal to m squared minus 6m plus 9 is equal to 0. Then factor natin, quantity m minus 3, quantity squared. Then kuhain natin yung roots niya. M minus 3 is equal to 0. M minus 3 is equal to 0. Then ilipat natin yung 3 para mag-change reaction, maging positive siya. Yung sign niya maging positive. Yung sign niya maging positive. M1 is equal to 3. M2 is equal to 3. Dahil parehas sila ng root, kailangan natin plus x yung isa. Then, magiging yung yc natin is equal to c sub 1 e raised to 3x plus c sub 2 x e raised to 3x. So, pag sa yp na tayo, ang yp natin ang e raised to x. Ang roots nun ay 1. So, dahil di pa natin alam ang coefficient nun, gawin natin yp is equal to a e raised to x. Then, dahil yung degree nito, yung squared yung pinakamalaki, dalawang beses natin siyang i-derive. Then, dyp is equal to aex, ganun pa rin. d squared yp is equal to aex. Then, Itong y na to, gawin natin yp, then distribute. This squared yp is equal to ae raised to x. Yung 6d yp is equal to 6ae raised to x. Yung 9yp is equal to 9ae raised to x equal to e raised to x. Then i-minus natin aex minus 6ae raised to x equals to negative 5 minus 9ae raised to x is equal to 4ae raised to x equal to e raised to x. Then, tapos mo sa atin, divide both sides by 4. Magiging a natin ay a is equal to 1 over 4. Therefore, our yp is equal to 1 over 4 e raised to x. Meron na tayong yc at meron na rin tayong yp.
Therefore, our answer is y is equal to c sub 1 e raised to 3x plus c2 x e raised to 3x plus 1 over 4 e raised to ax.
So, punta na po tayo sa ating example. Meron po akong inanda dito na isang example na quantity d squared plus 3d plus 2 times y equals 3. So, non-homogeneous na nga po tayo, kaya gagamitin natin yung general solution, which is yung y equals yc plus yp. So, ano po muna yung una natin gagawin dito? Hahanapin po muna natin si yc. Paano po? Let muna natin na 0 si non-homogeneous DE. So, yc equals quantity d squared plus 3d plus 2 times y equals 0. Paano naman po natin hahanapin yung solution ng homogeneous DE? Hanapin muna po natin yung auxiliary equation. So, gagawin nating m yung mga d. Kaya po magiging ito, m squared plus 3m plus 2 equals 0. Then, hanapin naman natin yung roots po. Hanapin naman po natin yung roots. So, since factorable naman po, i-factor na lang po natin siya. So, quantity m plus 1 times quantity m plus 2 equals 0. Then, equating each factor to 0. Yan, magiging pong m plus 1 equals 0, m plus 2 equals 0. We have m sub 1 equals negative 1, and m sub 2 equals negative 2. Therefore, ano na po yung magiging form ng ating yc? So, magiging yc equals c sub 1 e raised to negative x plus c sub 2 e raised to negative 2x. So, ito na po yung ating yc. So, nakuha na po natin si yc. Paano naman po natin kukunin si yp? Si yp naman po ay, so, ano yung i-assume nating value ng yp? So, titingin tayo dito sa f of x, which is yung, ano ba to? Yung function ng right side. Ito po, yung constant. So, constant siya, 3. Kapag meron tayong constant, pwede nating magiging roots doon ay 0. Kapag 0 ang ating root, we have the form c sub 1 e 0 times x. So, since yung c sub 1 e 0 times x is parang 1 na lang po yung equivalent nun. So, meron po tayong constant na c sub 1. Since yung ating right side is constant, possible root ng yp neto ay maging 0. So, ang pwede nating i-assume na value ni yp is constant. Lang din sa, let's say, gawin po nating a. Yan po. Yp is equal to a. So, isa-substitute natin itong yp sa original non-homogeneous DE. So, we have quantity d squared plus 3d plus 2, ito nga po yung a na sinubstitute natin, equals 3. So after that, so kapag didistribute po natin, ibig sabihin dito sa d squared, isa second derivative natin. Yung una po nating tag dito, dinistribute si d squared. So ang gagawin po natin dito ay isa second derivative. So ano po ba ang first derivative ng constant? So ang first derivative po ng constant is 0. So 0, second derivative po ng 0 is 0 pa rin. Kaya po 0 plus 3, tapos ano po ang derivative ng constant? 0 po ulit. Then plus 2. Ayan na po. So 0 plus 3 times 0 plus 2a equals 3. So since 0 to, cancel po, and then ito, cancel din po. Kaya ang matitira po ay 2a equals 3. Nahanap na natin yung value ni a sa ganitong equation. So pwede na nating isolve si a kasi cancel na yung dalawa. So ang gagawin po natin dito, paano po gagawin natin dito para makuha po natin si a? So i-divide po natin by 2. Yan po. So pag yari po na to, i-cancel po natin to. Then makukuha na po natin si a ng a equals 3 half. So si a, babalik po natin kay yp. So yp, nakuha na po natin si yp. Ang value po ni yp is 3 half. And after po nun, ito na yung yp natin. So, ibalik lang po natin ang ating general solution, which is yung y equals yc plus yp. So, ang magiging final answer natin, since mayroon na tayong yc, i-rewrite na lang po natin siya ng ganito, equals y equals c sub 1 e raised to negative x plus c sub 2 e raised to negative 2x plus yung ating yp na 3 half. So, ito na po yung ating final answer.